You guys are mapping out other really important parts of the graph. For example, I know Yelp is here today. Yelp is mapping out the part of the graph that relates to small businesses. Pandora is mapping out the part of the graph that relates to music. And a lot of news sites are mapping out the part of the graph that relates to current events and news content. If we can take these separate maps of the graph and pull them all together, then we can create a web that is more social, personalized, smarter, and semantically aware. So that's what we're going to focus on today. Now, one of the core ideas of the social graph is that a person or object is really defined by the other things that they're connected to in the relationships in the world that they have. So in the graph, that's me. And who I am defined by, what I'm defined by, are the people I spend time with, the things that I work on. I am friends with Chris Cox. I live in Palo Alto. I eat a lot of fried chicken. So that's me. This is me in the graph. We can go ahead and pan to a completely different part of the graph where Yelp is. And so here's Yelp, and I can come and I can connect to Yelp. And because Yelp can know who I am and what I'm connected to, then they can just give me a nice social experience. They can show me places that are around me because they know that I live in Palo Alto. They can show me reviews from my friends. And actually, a lot of this is already possible today with what we have, although what we're going to talk about in a minute is going to show you how it's going to become a lot easier pretty soon. Now, what isn't possible today is to take the part of this graph that Yelp has mapped out and to connect that with all the other parts of the graph that are out there. So, if I go and I write a review on Yelp that I like something, that connection exists in Yelp's map of the graph, but it's completely separate from all of the other services that I use in their maps of the graph. There's no open graph that brings all these things together. So one hack that a lot of services have used to get around this is just to post unstructured updates to a stream, right? You figure you can post this to a stream. Some of your friends will see it. That'll be good. You're sharing it, right? I guess. But there's a big problem. The stream is ephemeral. You post something to the stream, and it's there for a few hours, and some people will see it, and then it mostly floats away. And then the services that consume the stream, they don't actually form a connection between you and that restaurant. They don't actually understand the semantic relationship that exists between you and the places that you're connecting to. So what we're going to do today is we're going to make it possible to make those connections. And once you have those connections, and once it's possible to understand these connections across services, a lot of really neat things become possible. So on Facebook, for example, we can start to show you a newsfeed story when 3 of your friends across the web all like the same restaurant, right? You figure that's relevant. A bunch of your friends all like the same thing. We can, if you write a review saying that something's positive, we can put that restaurant in your profile under a section of your favorite restaurants alongside all of the other restaurants that you've ever liked on any website anywhere. If you like a restaurant, we can show you updates from it in Newsfeed. If you start searching for a restaurant in the type ahead, we can show you restaurants that your friends have liked. And of course, all of these links on the site will point back to the original object on Yelp. So it all kind of creates more flow between these different sites. And this is really just the start of what we can do today.